HSM541. I am from BA2353C. So let me continue our first slide today. Pharmacies require sophisticated operation management. In essence, pharmacy operation management is a management discipline that combines technical and quantitative concepts to discover the most beneficial and efficient technique to support pharmaceutical service in patient daily care. Any technology that used in the pharmacy is to help to automate the pharmacy process is referred as pharmacy management software. This involves activities including checking physician prescription and preparing drugs, as well as inventory control and drug ordering. Most hospital pharmacies have at least 500 to 1,000 medication in their formulary. Management should keep an eye on the pharmacy supply of pharmaceutical and other commodity for sale. This is especially true for the prescription medicine and also regulated substance, which should be tested more often. When supplies are running short, most pharmaceutical supplies make 2 delivery every day and allowing replacement to be ordered and receiving immediately. To keep repeat client and also good income, pharmacy management should consider quality and also marketing strategy. And to assure availability and quality, managing huge amount of SKU necessity sophisticated processes. Okay, next we will move to the next slides, which is a pharmacy was never just a location to fill the medication. Patients saw pharmacists as an advisor, someone to assist them to pick an over-the-counter treatment or also the dose and instruction for the medication. Hospital pharmacy is a specialist branch of pharmacy which consults an integrated aspect of patient health care in a health situation and work in a way like a business retail pharmacy. Pharmacy is a healthcare profession that connects the health science with the science field and oversees assuring pharmaceutical safety. Let's continue with the third slide. This slide we divided by 2, which is clinical and operational. Clinical is pharmacists and also pharmacists collaborate with the healthcare practitioner to deliver care and are member of the caregiving team. According to Pharmacy Times, the number of specialty drugs on the market has surged by more than 1,200% during the 1990s. This treatment provide patients with fresh hope and also they are often pricey, and this treatment require a prior authorization or necessity the exchange of specific clinical information between prescriber and also specialized pharmacies. All of these raises the necessity for up-to-date medication information and patient education materials. Okay, now let's move with the next point, which is operational. What is operational? Operational is pharmacies handle inventory, cost of goods, product revenue, service, and also patient wait time, necessitating the use of complete operation management approaches. This also will improving the patient health outcome by communicating with them online through a patient portal and assessing a patient medication history to make better suggestions. This allows them to simply refill and refillable medication and get patient updates. Okay, now we will move to the next slides. Okay, now you see, what is drugs? Okay, drugs is a substance that is used to prevent, diagnose, treat or relieve the symptom of disease or abnormal conditions. Drugs can also alter the way brain and the rest of body function, resulting in changes in mood, consciousness, thought, feeling, and also behavior. And who is responsible for dispensing the drugs? A pharmacist. A pharmacist is responsible for dispensing the drug that has been prescribed in the correct dosage. As a general rule, a pharmacist is held to the highest standard of care and is not allowed to make even a slightest substitution of drug that has been prescribed by the doctors. Moreover, a pharmacist is required to use a high standard of care in dispensing drugs on prescription of the physician. When he or she neglects supplies of drugs other than the drugs prescribed, the pharmacist is generally liable for any resulting harm to the patient.
We continue our presentation with me, Wanushara Pejasani, student ID 2021467944 from BA2353C Group 3. As we can see in the slide, this is official portal website Pharmacy Service Program, Ministry of Health Malaysia. On this portal, content profiles, survey offered, inquiries on medicines, documentation and media, information board of pharmacy and how to reach them. When it comes to medicines, pharmacists are the main pillar that plays an important role in the management of medicines according to the correct dosage and prescription. Therefore, we need to know the requirement to be a part of Registered Pharmacy Board Malaysia (PBM). A person who wishes to be registered with the Pharmacy Board Malaysia must first have a pharmacy degree qualification recognized by the PBM. Second, has undergone provisional training published for no less than a year. Third, pass the pharmacy law exam conducted by the PBM. For foreigner national, the following additional conditions must be met by the applicant. Foreigner whose spouses are Malaysian citizens who have a pharmacy license recognized by the PBM and have registered with a foreigner body that is also recognized by the PBM. Pharmacies can be quite complex in their operation. They are required to be staffed and managed primarily by pharmacists because state and national board require all dispensaries of drug and medication to be performed by a registered pharmacist license in the state. Pharmaceutical inventory must be tightly controlled managed since many drugs are extremely dangerous to humans if not taken in the right form, precise quantity, or for the right diagnosis. Pharmacists must maintain strict management control over the certain drugs, such as those classified as narcotic or other controlled substances. A classification scheme was developed to categorize each type of drug and to ensure that appropriate control management are placed on them. Divides the hierarchy of items from those that require a degree of control similar to other medical and surgical supplies to those that require very strict management process, information system, business policies and procedures, and the level of documentation and internal control must be directly related to the item type management in pharmacy. For example, although a pneumatic tubing system might be used quickly to send certain products to a floor, it cannot be used for any shadow drugs because the chain of custody cannot be directly established and the drug could not end up being administered to the wrong patient. Chain of custody refers to the handling audit trail, which details who handled specific item and when and where the transfer of physical product occurred. This is necessary to maintain integrity in the process and to ensure comprehensive management of the life cycle of an item from initial acquisition to final disposition. Control drugs, also known as a shadow drug, are those that are tightly monitored around usage and distribution because of potential for misuse and abuse. The Drug Enforcement Agency, through the Controlled Drug and Substance Act (CDSA), has outlined specific guidelines for safe registration, handling, and documentation that place all drugs in a schedule. These drugs are placed in a schedule which is occurrence C1 through C5, represent those drugs with the highest level of management control and potential for abuse, such as heroin or marijuana with a very little medical value. Careful documentation of order, storage, dispensing to patient required for those shadow drugs. The others are organized by designing risk level C2 through C5 and are all drugs are typical hospital pharmacy might despise. Schedule 1 drug substance or chemicals are defined as drugs with no currently accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse and have no clinical value such as cocaine and heroin. Schedule 2 drugs, substance, or chemical are defined as a drug with a high potential for abuse with use potentially leading to severe physiological and physical dependence. These drugs are also considered dangerous and they require the highest level of clinical and management control. Control drugs need to be safe like a bank safe, typically used to store controlled substance from point of receipt of order until prescription has been filled.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Wan Nur Syafiqah binti Fikri with ID number 2021855998. And I will be explaining regarding on pharmaceutical supply chain. The pharmaceutical supply chain is mean which through prescription medicine are manufactured and delivered to the patients. But the supply chain network is actually very complex, requiring a number of steps that must be taken to ensure medication are available and accessible to patients. The pharmaceutical supply chain tends to move through several phases, beginning with a concept for a biology or chemical reaction that has potential, eventually manufacture and commercialization, and full-scale production, distribution, and sale through either a retail or hospital pharmacy. As you can see from the slide, the first is manufacturers. Pharmaceutical manufacturers manage the distribution of drug products from the point
of production to the drug wholesaler and in some instances directly to retail pharmacy chains, specialty pharmacy, hospital chains as well as to some health plans. In the manufacture chain phase, there are 6 processes of the development chain that include for a new product development. It started with a basic research, new product development, a product test, clinical treats, a certified evaluation from an authorized party, and lastly, approval of the new product development. The second is distributors. Pharmaceutical distributors plays an important role in the supply chain, purchasing medical products from pharmaceutical manufacturers for storage in distribution centers and warehouses across the country. The product can be ordered by licensed pharmacies, hospitals, and other relevant healthcare providers. Then the sale will be made through a hospital or pharmacy with the required demand. So, in this slide, you will know and understand about National Drug Code. The primary purpose of the National Drug Code is basically to dispense medications and manage the physical flow of goods both inbound and outbound. The NDC or National Drug Code is a unique 10-digit 3-segment number. It is a universal product identifier for human drug in the United States. The code is present on all non-prescription, which is OTC, and prescription medication package and insert is in the US. NDC is also an industry identifier created in 1969 by the FDA to provide comprehensive listing of all approved products. In addition, FDA also assigned a 10-digit NDC to all commercially available items to identify the producer or labeler, product, and packaging type. So, what's benefit that NDC can do to technology penetration? There are 4 benefits that NDC can be done. The first is to control and track the movement of drugs. The second is within barcoding and RFID, which efficiently track usage level transactional data. The third is drug code. System can ensure that the administration of the drug to the patient is reconciled within the dispensing. The fourth is NDI can align data through exchange that occurs seamlessly between pharmaceutical distributors, manufacturers, and providers. The next is automation pharmacy process. Pharmacy automation is the electronic process of distributing, sorting, packaging, and continuing prescription medication. Pharmacy automation has many different purposes, including improving efficiency, minimizing labor costs, and improving accuracy. A licensed healthcare provider must write a prescription to provider pharmaceutical to patient. Then, a doctor prescribe medication or treatment. So, the pharmacy have to fill the script and it may be entered into CPOE system at large modern hospital. A CPOE allows physician to enter treatment and medication information directly into an information system, which capture that information and routes it to the appropriate person in the workflow process. For example, pharmacies for filling orders and nursing for delivery other services. And then, after entering a system, item must be selected, packed, and returned to the system. Then, the robot or carousel manually pick goods from shelf. And the last process is dispense or provide to the patient. Medication dispensing system improve inventory control, especially for regulated medication. A drawer or cabinet open if a nurse scans her badge, enter the patient medical record number, select a product, and meet security and control the requirement. After dispensing, medication are delivered to the patient. Since patient consume during administration, they should be charged. The provider should document administration in the medical record, such as using a paper or electronic record. That's all from me. Thank you. I'll pass to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Najibah binti Muhammad Fazil from BA 23536, group number 3. Next, I will continue the presentation with the topic of automated pharmacy process. First of all, robot and carousel is an equipment use technology and large mechanized system to help select single and small dose packages, label them and store them in the right location. Robot and carousel work together with other ordering and dispensing systems to automate the storage and retrieval process of goods. Automation helps reduce manual labor, reduce error rate, minimize patient waiting times, and generally increase the number of orders filled with the same staffing level. Oftentimes, the use of forward positioning of inventory is used in pharmacies. Forward positioning refers to the placement of medication near the points of use prior to their actual usage based on the forecast needs. For example, if 3 doses of a specific drug are needed today at 5 p.m., instead of the pharmacy waiting for the order to appear, entering it, and then picking, packing, and dispensing the order, the drug could be staged in a forward position nearer the unit of law on which it will be used. However, in pharmacies, the consideration is a secure identification through badge, employee identification entry, or biometric. Biometric methods are newer security systems which use physiological characteristics such as fingerprints or retina scan to uniquely identify an individual. Dispensing systems use these various types of security measures to ensure that the right provider enters the right product information to be dispensed to the right patient, providing control and safety for the patient. Next, I will share about the key operation management trends of pharmacies that include perpetual inventory, strategic pricing analysis, system integration, and location and network optimization. Firstly, many large hospital pharmacies are now pursuing perpetual inventory that denotes the expansion of the use of information system to ensure real-time, continuous tracking of inventory through the purchasing, receiving, distribution, dispensing, and medication administration flow. Perpetual refers to the ability to know at all points in time actual balance through the continuous tracking of receipt and issue. The second key pharmacy trends was strategic pricing analysis, refer to the application of differential pricing markups to each drug based on its potential for reimbursement, usage, the item history and life cycle, payer mix, and other factors. Strategic pricing suggests that some drugs will have higher margin than others, but the net impact will be larger net revenue for the pharmacy as a whole, as pharmacy closely monitor the usage of medication and the associated reimbursement level from payers. Continuous analysis of price points must be conducted. After that, the third key was system integration also ensure higher level of internal control because there are reduced opportunities for manual error or abuse. And last key was location and network optimization. Larger hospitals tend to have multiple pharmacy locations distributed throughout hospital floor, units, and clinics in addition to dispensing cabinets positioned in dozens of locations. The strategy with optimal economic result typically is one or the other. However, most hospitals utilize a mixed strategy, which seems like it offers many positives, but in reality guarantees higher inventories and more personnel providing distribution service, both of which create excessive cost infrastructure. Careful analysis of strategy and location ensure efficient operation. This analysis should be based on profitability of existing transportation, stocking, and other process costs in order to ensure that the right network of pharmacies exists. Now, I will present about the last slide about pharmacy performance metric. Pharmacies are now being held increasingly responsible for both clinical and operational outcomes, which is patient safety and health outcomes, including medication error rates, cycle times or service level, including wait and delivery time, should continually decrease. Cost per dose or other field to ensure operational labor costs decrease over time. Percentage of inaccurate order or those that represent quality metric of the pharmacy. Number and cost of return drug for any reason. Total days of inventory on hand to describe how efficient the pharmacy in the level of safety inventory being held and how quickly items are being turned. Last but not least, this metric helps continuously improve the operation of pharmacy. That's all our presentation about this topic. Thank you.